Hello Year 12, I hope this video finds you and your friends and your families all safe and well. We are still here in the midst of this really bizarre time. Obviously lockdown is starting to ease and we are returning to some level of normality, but this is still without question the strangest end of the year that I have ever had as a teacher, and I'm sure you guys feel exactly the same way. We are about to start a period of exams, and before they begin, I wanted to give you a few messages. And as ever, I have emailed your subject teachers to get some shout outs from them. So, if we start off with geography from Mrs. Bennett, she would like to shout out Ibrahim, Annie, and Lynn for geography. They've been great, both attendance and effort, really impressive. So, well done, those geographers. On to further maths from Mr. Simpson. Rahin has performed exceptionally throughout this period in further maths. Well done, Rahin, really good to hear. On to drama from Miss Moffat. And Mr. Woodley also actually sent me an email about this particular student who's obviously been nailing his drama. So Toby, for his superb dedication every single day of lockdown. He has not missed one class of drama, and I have loved reading his essays due to the effort and enthusiasm he has included into all of his work. Well done, Toby. Myself and Mr. Woodley are very proud of you. You have really shown true dedication and integrity. Great stuff, Toby. Really, really, really wonderful to hear. On to IT from Mr. Bact, and he would like to praise Yomi for attending almost every live lesson and really putting in effort towards the exam. Really great to hear, Yomi. Very impressive, mate. On to politics from Miss Daly, and she wants to praise Toby again and Dylan, who have not missed a single lesson and all work has been completed to the highest standard. Well done, both of you. And then Kahara, who has produced some excellent work, and I can see that her essay writing skills have improved. Excellent stuff, Kahara, and I would certainly echo that from a sociological point of view as well. Computer science from Mr. Devan. Jaden, Kwame, Abid, Filon, Kai and Hamza have been superb in their preparation for the exam, and I'm sure that will pay off, boys, so well done to you. Literature from Miss Simpson. She'd like to say good luck to all of the English Lit students. Special mention has to go to Arzu and Ezalida for really exceptional engagement throughout the whole of lockdown. Very inspiring. Great stuff, girls. Well done, you. Spanish from Miss Gonsalves. Shout out to Jaden Siraj for consistently completing all the work set to an extremely high standard. And also shout out to Jaden Siraj, Sawani and Marlo for 100% participation and to all of my Spanish lessons since the start and 100% effort on working through revision activity set. So proud of them all. Keep up the excellent work. Buena suerte. Good luck for your Spanish exam. Maths from Miss Quickie. Will you please give a shout out to Naomi, Halima, Mahima and Rahin in my class? They have been attending every single lesson, completed every piece of work and always contacted me if they have had issues with joining lessons or completing the work. Really great stuff, mathematicians. Very impressive, you four. History from Mrs. Springer. Aisha, Tuche, Dylan, Toby, Siraj, Jalika, Ibrahim and Amara all have shone during lockdown and really excelled in their exam preparation. And again, I'm sure that will pay off, you guys. Media from Mr. Mac. He would like to shout out Alam, Cameron, Ozjan, I presume, and Eden. Incredibly diligent students who have been relentless during lockdown, and I would certainly echo that sentiment as well. Literature from Miss Lindsay. She would like to praise Mazida, Najiba, Arzu and Ezalida. They're working so hard at the moment, producing really good work and generally being a delight to teach. Excellent stuff, girls. Really impressive from you all. And then finally some from me as well. So for media and sociology, we've got, first of all, Lynn, Dylan, Kazaya, Solange, Mahima and Eden for going above and beyond in their exam preparations for sociology. All of these students have sent me extra essays to mark, and it's been a pleasure to mark them and to give them feedback on them. And then Janae, Jalika, Madge and Aisha for nailing their sociology throughout lockdown. All of these guys just remarkably consistent. I think they've attended every single lesson, all of them. Zainab and Alam, who I teach both media and sociology to, and these two have just been so consistent across both subjects. And, you know, I genuinely, girls, I couldn't have been more impressed with your efforts throughout. And then finally, Ozjan. Ozjan has been an absolute stalwart of media. He's, again, attended every single lesson and produced some really impressive work. Even times when it was sunny and he said, I really want to get out in the sun, but here's your work first. So well done for that, Ozjan. And then Mr. Fox wanted to wish you well as well. So here's a message from him. Well done for coping with all the changes lockdown has brought. These exams may be slightly new and adapted way for you all to show that you have learnt this year, but I know you will manage really well. Good luck over the next 2 weeks, year 12. You're going to smash it. And that's absolutely true. You guys are going to absolutely smash it. So for those of you that weren't able to come to the days which we had over the last couple of weeks, they were really wonderful. It was such a pleasure to see you all and get to spend some time with you and talk to you guys. But for those of you that weren't there, I just wanted to extend some of the messages that were given out that day to you. So firstly, in terms of September, it'd be fair to say that we don't know exactly what September is going to look like yet. We are planning for a few different eventualities in terms of like the whole school opening. A few different scenarios depending on what government guidance says, but one thing that's absolutely certain is that you guys and the you effectively being year 13 now, and the year 10s who are going into year 11, you are absolutely going to be the priority year groups for next year. So we're going to make all of our kind of our attention and our resources towards you to make sure that you guys, as you are heading into exam years, have all the preparation that you need. And for you guys, we assume at this point, we expect that the school which you come back to in September will be as normal as possible, given the guidance that the government are going to release. And obviously, we want to ensure that you guys don't miss out on any of the things which other year groups have gone through, which is why we have chosen to have exams this side of the year. And obviously it's a very challenging time for you guys to be doing exams, and it is, something, exam periods do often cause a certain level of stress and anxiety, but we really want to reassure you that these exams aren't about causing you stress or anxiety. The whole point of these exams is so that your teachers can find out where you guys are at ahead of your return in September. We need to know if there are any gaps in your knowledge so that we can plan properly for those. And it's really important that your teachers have some evidence of that progress so that we can plan effectively. And we will be having a results day as we always do. So there will be a results day which will be on Thursday, the 13th of August. We will have to stagger this so that small groups come in at a time. But you will come in, you'll collect your results, and you'll sit down and you will have your progression meeting with one of the sixth form team or one of the senior leadership team, in which you'll discuss year 13 and your transition into year 13, what subjects you'll be doing next year, etc., etc. So as I say, the whole idea of these exams is to try and get us back to some kind of normal place and to make sure that you guys are in the best position possible to succeed in your actual final exams next summer. So I'm sure you are aware of how these exams are going to run over the next 10 days, but I just wanted to kind of reiterate a few things to you. So the exams are obviously starting tomorrow on Wednesday the 1st, and during this period there are going to be no online lessons taught. All of the exams are going to be 2 hours long, and you are going to have a 3-hour window in which to complete that 2-hour exam. And we've done this so that we know that sometimes there might be some technical problems and your Wi-Fi might kind of go down for 10 minutes, so you won't be able to start at 9 o'clock, so you can just start it at 10 past 9 and then complete it at 10 past 11. So you have a 3-hour window to complete the exam, but you can only spend 2 hours on it. So if your exam, for example, begins, if you are in the morning session at 9 o'clock, your teacher will send you the exam at 5 to 9, 8:55, and then you can start any time between 9 and 10, but it has to be finished by 12, and you can only spend 2 hours long on it. All of the exams are going to be completed using Microsoft Forms or assignments on Microsoft Teams, and they are going to be timed so that we can see how long you spend on them. As you guys will know, there's always a timer on Microsoft Forms. If you have any ICT issues and you think that you're going to struggle to access any of the exams, Hopefully you responded to Miss Underwood's email. We have made provision for some students to come into school to complete their exams. We think we are done with that now because most of those students have already contacted us and we have made plans for when they're going to come in. But if you are watching this video and you know that you might have some sort of issue with access, then please feel free to get in touch with me today and we can make some arrangements for you. And a final thing to say is that, you know, these are not your final PPE exams. These are not going to decide your predicted grades for your UCAS forms, etc. These exams are more about us finding out where you are at, and they are also a chance for students who perhaps maybe haven't put in as much effort as they could have done throughout the year. I'm not talking about during lockdown here, because obviously lockdown's been very difficult for us all, but throughout the year it's a chance for those students to really prove that they deserve a place in year 13, and kind of a real chance for them to show their stuff. And there will be additional exams next year which will go onto your UCAS forms for your predicted grade. So don't worry, these exams are not going to be deciding where you go to university. So the final thing really just to say from me, and this is something which I said to all the students who were in over the last 2 weeks, lockdown is obviously easing and we are returning to a level of normality, but I still think it's really important for us all to maintain a level of caution. We don't want to be back into a position where we have to go into another lockdown and where we miss even more time during school. And I think we all have responsibility as people in this country to make sure that we are doing everything we can to minimise people's risks. So all of the advice about social distancing and all of the advice about washing your hands, etc., even though we are returning to normality, please don't forget those things. Please, please, please make sure that you are maintaining your caution, that you are doing all of the things that you are told to do by the government, that you're following that guidance so that we can get back to a normal school life and a normal life so that you can go on, do your exams, go away to university, jobs, apprenticeships, whatever you like in the way that you normally would. So good luck for your exams, guys. Keep going. Make sure that you're doing all the revision that you need to do so you can really show off during these exams, and stay safe. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. And if you need anything, as ever, you know where we are. I'm always at the end of an email or a Microsoft Teams call. I'm always here for you. Take care, guys.